Welcome back. We're back again. Anyways, so today I have a very special guest. As you guys know, my show is a little different, more chill, more relaxed. My thing in life is I like to help out others. Those that know me know that that's how I am. I always tend to help out others. Don't really help out myself. But she's getting ahead of herself. This is what happens when you're interviewing young people. They have zero patience. Anyways, so my guest today, morning, whatever time you're watching it, is a young lady that I didn't ask God to put into my life, but she came into my life, unfortunately. And I've took her under my wing a little bit. You know, she'd like to ask me questions and stuff, but we'll get to that. But anyways, today I have Lismayri.
Hi.
Not Lismayri. It's Lismayri. Liz for short.
Lismayri. Yeah, Liz.
Liz for short.
So much easier.
There we go.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, well, actually you don't know, but you're about to know. Those that know her do know. Liz.
Liz.
Lismayri.
With an S, not a Z.
Liz.
Liz.
Like lisp.
No, well, yeah. Like list.
List. Okay.
Yeah.
Liz. Anyways, Liz, as you know, or don't know, like I said earlier, look at me repeating myself. She is a very talented young lady who has special gifts.
Some may say.
You know, I'm hyping you up right now. All right, I'm hyping you up right now. I am humble. She's being humble, so I'll go ahead and hype her up. She's a talented young lady who, at a very young age, you started doing nails, right?
I was 16. 16, yeah.
16, because she's so old. What was it, like 4 years ago?
Yeah. Actually, isn't it 5? 16, 17? Yeah.
Are you 21?
Yeah, I'm 21.
I thought you were 20. Whatever. No. Anyways, she had a little talent here doing nails. She also is very active in her local church.
Yeah.
And she's now into photography. And as you guys know, my show is all about kind of introducing and exposing people who nobody really knows, kind of give them a little exposure of hidden talents that they had. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. But Liz, introduce yourself.
Oh my God, I hate when people ask me that.
Well, people got to know who you are.
I'm Lismayri, as I said, or Liz. I'm 21 years old. I was born in New Jersey, raised in Puerto Rico, and moved to Florida 10 years ago. Actually, I say I've moved a lot, but Berto has been all over the world. So 3 places is crazy.
3 against I have like 10 places.
Exactly.
So those that don't know, I am Puerto Rican, but I was born in Panama. That doesn't mean I'm Panamanian.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so the reason why I was born in Panama is because my dad was in the military.
Yeah.
All right, so they were stationed over there. So I'm not gonna say how old I am. I'm pretty old. Well, to you, I'm old. To other people, I'm young. So I went from Panama to New York to I think it was Massachusetts to Colorado to Germany, and then in Germany we traveled to we went to Italy, went to Poland, went to Spain, and I'm probably missing other places. We went somewhere else.
You've seen half the world.
Something like that. And then
were you young though?
Oh, I was super young.
Okay.
I was like Sophia's age.
Oh, yeah. Well, you still remember.
Yeah. I remember just a little bit. And then my sister was like Bella's age, like very young.
Okay.
And then from Germany went to North Carolina to New Jersey. Not my favorite place. New Jersey. I mean,
I don't claim being from New Jersey because I was there for 6 months, and then I went to Puerto Rico.
And then New Jersey, I went to the best place I ever lived in, Hawaii.
That's where you got married.
That's where I met Glory. Got married. Graduated college.
Oh.
Joined the military.
Oh, half of your life was Hawaii.
I did all my growing up in Hawaii pretty much. And then from Hawaii, we went to Oklahoma. Oh. Which is like in the middle of nowhere. So we went from a nice little island to the desert. And then from there, we went to Georgia. And then from Georgia, here in Florida.
So where have you lived the longest in Hawaii?
Hawaii was the longest I lived.
Okay.
Yep. Everywhere else was like 2 or 3 years.
Even Georgia?
Except Georgia. Well,
I was going to say, the way you make Georgia seems you were there like half your life.
I was there for a while.
Okay.
I think 10 years, actually.
Oh.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy. Anyways, we're not here to talk about me,
Yeah,
Liz.
that's true.
We're here to talk about
I'm
you.
just great conversation starter. Anyways, yeah, I am 21. I started Lismayri nails. Honestly, sorry, I think I love my name, but I was 16, so I couldn't come up with anything more like creative. So I just added like my regular Instagram handle and nails to it. I started Lismayri nails when I was 16 after the pandemic. After COVID, I was doing my mom's nails, my grandma's nails, my own nails with like gel from Amazon. And my mom has always been very business oriented, and she's the one that planned it in my mind. She was like, "Hey, you should start a business. You can make money out of this," because she didn't want me working while I was in high school.
Gotcha.
And I was like, "Oh, I want to make my own money," because I was 16. I wanted money, and also I was online because my mom's a nurse. So she didn't want me in school when COVID was happening.
Well, I mean, everybody was online.
No.
I hated it.
Junior year, I was one of the only people in my friend group, like in high school, that was online. Everybody else was in person.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
junior year was COVID.
Was COVID for me.
And then senior year, you were able to go back physically.
So
Okay.
for me, it was my sophomore year before spring break. That's when COVID happened. Junior year, you had the option online or in person, and I went online. And then senior year, I had like my full
So
experience.
you weren't part of that group that had to graduate during COVID.
No.
That you didn't have.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We were actually, my graduation year was the first year that went back to like grad bash, having prom, like having
okay.
graduation. Yeah.
Hey, Glory went back to school, to college, and then when it was her time to graduate, it was during COVID. So so she never got to like have her master's graduation.
I hate that.
Yeah, she's not crying about it. She just wanted the degree, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the way my mom is.
So you talked about your nails. So
Yeah.
what got you into that though?
I was bored. That you would think I would have a deeper one. Well, okay, I will say this. I think nails comes into, I've always been very creative. Like when I was younger, I used to paint. I used to think I was Picasso. Like I would do anything so simple. I'd be like, "Mommy, look at this," and they would put it in the fridge, and I was so proud. I was like,
Do you still paint now?
"No, I paint in little canvases."
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I mean, I paint all the time, so I honestly I haven't painted in a while, but I used to paint all the time. Like I kid you not, I used to have like canvases stacked on stacked ready for me. So when I started doing nails, and so again, I started doing like my mom's and my grandma's gel nails. I would look up on YouTube like nail designs with gel or easy nail designs. And then from there, because I was looking that up on YouTube hit me with like acrylic nails or gel nails.
Yeah,
and then from there, and then from there, it's like, oh, like this is cool. And then I started talking to my mom. And I was like, "Hey, mommy, like, I like this. Like, let's order this. We can do this, like, for us." And then as I started planting that on her, she was like, "Well, since I'm getting you this and I'm spending money on this, you should get us money back and start doing nails." And I actually, when I started, I was very shy. I was like, "Oh, I can't post this." Like, I mean, they were bad. Like, my nails were bad. Yeah. They were thick. Anyways, so I was like, "I can't post this." And I had a friend. She was like my closest friend. Her name is Mari. I still do her nails. And I did her nails for the first time. And she posted them. And then I had another friend, Aaliyah, in which I actually don't do her nails anymore because she moved. But
shout out to Aaliyah.
Yeah, shout out to Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my first like client. She trusted me to do her prom nails.
Oh wow.
Which was a very big mistake. And I did her prom nails.
Why were they bad?
They were bad.
But they were bad. Well, we are usually our own critics, so they were bad to you, or they were actually bad.
I still think they were really bad.
They were probably passable.
A lot of people said that, but I didn't think they were good. So I think for me, a big thing is also like, once I got down, because with acrylic, at least, I don't use acrylic anymore, but with acrylic, you have to get like the base down and then you do the design. Because I used to paint so much, the design for me wasn't that hard. It was the acrylic. But if the acrylic is bumpy, like the nail looks bumpy.
What is acrylic? Remember, I'm a guy. I don't know anything about nails.
So it's like a powder. And then you have your monomer. And when you mix...
Your what?
Monomer.
What is that?
It's a liquid. So this is the powder, the liquid. And then you put the liquid in like a little, like a tacita. I don't know how you say the tacita in English.
Okay.
And then you dip your brush in the monomer, and then you put it in the acrylic, and then you put it in your nail, and it becomes hard.
Okay.
And that's how you create the extension.
Why are you laughing?
Because you look so confused. You're like, yeah, that's acrylic.
It's like Harry Potter stuff.
Honestly, yeah, it's science.
Like
I feel like a chemist. Yes,
gotcha.
yes. I feel like a chemist.
Gel, I think I know what. Well, actually, I don't. What is gel?
So gel is different. There's like 30,000 different gels. Yeah, there's like builder gel. There's rubber base. There's hard gel. There's gel X. There's poly gel.
You said 30,000. You just named 5.
5 is a lot.
Okay.
5 is a lot.
Well, 5 and 30,000 are huge numbers.
Yeah, I actually switched to gel.
Why?
So with acrylic, you know when you go into a nail salon and you smell like that nail salon smell? It's acrylic, it's the monomer.
Gotcha.
And I work from home, so it's like, I don't want my house smelling like that. With gel, it doesn't smell. Like, it's just, honestly, it does kind of give like a weird smell, but it's not like
strong
monomer,
like
someone does nails here. So yeah, it's much easier.
Okay. All right. So people started exposing you, and then what happened?
And then from there, that was my junior year. I was home. That was like the end of junior year. Summer came.
It's okay. Keep going.
Did I hit that? Oops.
Yeah, you're good.
Anyways, summer came, and I was having clients, but again, I was new. I was just starting, so I didn't really get that many clients. I was having like once a week. So when school came around, I was like, I need to do like a back to school summer sale or something like that.
Okay.
So I did $50 any set. So short, long, any design.
That's not what you charged me yesterday for Sophia's nails.
I wasn't having my back to school sale.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
So I did $50 any set. You could do any set long, especially, back then, because I think the style switched. So back then, everyone was their long nails, some design in every nail, Frenchies, everything. So it was a good sale for them. And that's like what I say, that's what started my business. Because I remember I did it like, I want to say like the week before school, but those like 3 days before school, I remember I had 9 clients one day. And I was so proud. I started at 7 a.m., ended up like at 10 p.m.
Oof.
And I made like, do the math. 4 clients. But no, actually, they tipped me good. So I did more. I remember I went to my mom like, Mommy, look, I made money.
Did you make more than 500?
No, I made less.
Less? But it was
my first time. Yeah. It was my first time, so I was really excited. So after that, I was like very, very hard in it. I was like, oh my, like I would
That motivated you.
Yeah.
Because you saw what, hey man, I can make money off of something I do as a hobby.
And so then I started creating my clientele, and then I hit like a okay, now what? Because I hit my constant clientele, and that's when I started creating content, and that's when I started involving like more like videos and stuff like that, and TikTok was booming, so I started adding my clients in it, and everyone loved it. And now I'm in school, so it's harder, but I still have my constant clientele. And I also, I could jump into pictures with this, and I also do that on the side. So it kind of like a full circle. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you credit social media to help you boost it?
Social media and word of mouth.
More word of mouth, okay.
Especially, I think me being in high school helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Because
all girls are into that or whatever, yeah.
Or if like my friend, like someone comes up to my friend, she's like, oh, she did them. Or I did my own nails. Or I did. It's honestly, it's so much easier when you're like, they're kind of forced to find out about it.
Yeah.
I think it would have been harder if like I would have started in college. I think it would have took me a little bit longer.
So you talked about like kind of how you started, how it became successful to you, how it was like a super positive impact in your life. Now, have you ever faced any kind of negativity? Has anybody ever like criticized your nails? Because how people are on social media, they love to criticize anything you do, especially people who are creative. Like if you're a creative person, that means that each and every one of us that create something differently. That's what makes us creative. This is just my opinion. There's no like a standard of what it takes to be a creative. A creative is you create something that's your own style. People might like it, people might not hate it, but it's creativity. So
I hate that he thinks like that because I'll send him stuff and he's like, yeah, if you like it, like, yeah. I'm like, no, I need your opinion.
No, I mean, but like it looks good. If that's your style, that's your style. It's like it's like me when I do videos. People, I tell people, hey, yeah, I'm down to do a video for you, but this is my work. This is what I can do because I'm not a 3D artist or a visual effects guy. Like I just tell them straight up, this is my style. This is what I can do, and 90% of the time it works.
Yeah.
10% of the time I get ghosted, but it's all good. It's part of the...
Yeah.
But when it comes with nails, we'll get into photos later, but when it comes to nails, have you ever faced any kind of stuff like that?
Thankfully, I haven't...
Oh, you need water?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I translated 3 services today, okay? Anyways.
It wasn't that good. I heard her translation. I'm just kidding.
Don't say that. Anyways... Thankfully I haven't.
We have our assistant providing us with water.
Yes.
Thank you, assistant.
Lifesaver.
Look at that. She got you. She got you one. She didn't give me one. It'd be nice.
I heard her. These mics are good.
They pick up everything. That's why. Look at you.
Oh my God.
That's why if you burp or fart, I'm gonna hear it.
Sorry, guys. So thankfully I haven't had any like bad clients, but I have had weird situations. One time, not so bad nail salon. Bash.
A badge is like what the cops wear,
Bash nail salons. Wow.
Look at that. Our assistant is athletic as well. I guess she played softball back in the day.
Not to bash nail salons, but their style is very different. So I have had times when clients come and they're used to like nail salons. Yeah. And I'll do my stuff. And when you start doing something, you were talking about that to me the other day. When you start doing something for a while, you tend to like read people's body language. Yeah. So, I know when someone is sitting in front of me and they're like, I like the nails, but they're not my favorite. Yeah. Like you can't please everybody.
Yeah. So, of course.
I've had those kinds where they're used to the nail salon nails and they come to me and it's definitely different. So they're sitting there like, yeah, I love them. Thank you so much. And then like they won't tip or something. And I'm like, okay, you didn't love them. So then they won't say nothing in person. Mind you, I'm like, okay, do you like the shape? Do you like the length? Do you like the same? Like I like to communicate because you're here. You're paying me. Might as well get it over with. So they won't say anything. They'll go back home and then text me the next day. Hey, so I just want to let you know that. And then the only time that I've had a really bad encounter is this girl. I thought her shape was good, but she wanted it again differently. Yeah. But she didn't tell me. Anyway, she texted me and she asked me for 50% back of like the payment. And I was like, hey, my love, I'm so sorry that you weren't satisfied with the product. If you want, I can come reshape them for you, but I won't be able to give you back your money because I worked the 2 hours. That wouldn't be fair to me. But thankfully, honestly, I'm really glad I haven't had like bad clients because I know nail techs that I've had. I know nail techs that's even like clients have stole from their house and everything.
Oh wow.
So I'm very blessed. I'm also very careful. I try not to judge, but I am very careful. Like when someone texts me, I try to like, hey, how did you find me? Like, thank you so much for reaching out because I am at my house. Yeah. So I had to take that extra like, okay, let's be careful. Let's see who's coming. So yeah.
So do you get different, I don't want to say if it's vibes, but your I don't even know how to say this. comfort level when it's somebody and when it's somebody you don't know. So when it's somebody are you more comfortable? You're more relaxed? You're kind of like, all right, this is going to be easy for me. Versus when it's somebody you don't really know, do you get a little like anxiety? Do you get a little nervous?
Okay.
Do you get a little...
So it depends because I have some clients that they'll text me and they're so friendly that I already know that appointment is going to be like if I'm doing my friend's nails. But then I have some clients that they're hard to read and they're like, hey, are you able to do this? ? How much is it? And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they come and they're the sweetest persons ever. If I'm being completely honest, my hardest clients are always the oldest ones. They just sit and they're like, thank you so much. And I'm like, you're welcome. My hand's shaking. But the younger ones are always so like open. And even if they're quiet, it's like, they're just there. I always put TV on. Okay. Sometimes I have like I have a younger sister. She's five. Shout out Laura. Sometimes she'll be with me, and I let my clients know because, if there's some people that don't want to have, they don't want your kids there. And it's not my kid, but she's like my kid. So I let them know.
I thought it was your kid when I first moved here.
And I let them know. And there's times where my clients will come and Laura's like, oh, that's my best friend. And they're like, hi, Laura. Like everyone. So thankfully, like, no, I would say, yeah, my I don't want to say weirdest, but my most serious appointments are with my older clients.
Clients?
Except your sister. Except your sister.
Is she an older client?
She is an older client.
So you would consider somebody over 30 old?
I was considered 30 and up old. Yeah.
Oh, shame on you. So when they come to your house and stuff, how do you deal with like, it's like what, it takes like 2 hours or something like that?
It depends. Honestly, like if it's like a regular set, hour and 40, hour and 30.
Yeah.
But if it's like one of those heavy sets, like 2 hours.
So do you get people who just sit there and don't say anything to you?
Yeah.
And what do? It's just quiet?
I turn up the volume of the TV and I focus. And those be my best sets.
Really?
And I don't mess up. There's no imperfections. Yeah. And I have clients that are regulars that one appointment, they'll be talkative the whole 2 hours. And the next appointment is like, girl, I'm just quiet. Here to relax. So you have to think about it. At the end of the day, for a lot of people, this time is their relaxation time. Like this is a pampering themselves. So not everyone wants to come and like talk. So if I try to talk, the first 5 minutes, hey, how are you? What do you want to get done today? I'll ask like, how was your day? Do you have plans after? And if I feel like the conversation just needs to die down, I just put up the volume and that's it. I have to respect them. Like, you don't want to talk? I don't want to talk either. Like, it's fine.
So have you gotten any guys?
Not like for long nails or anything. I've done like their manicures. Guys have texted me. And I'm just like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, that does not align with my beliefs. And they respect it. They've never had. That's another thing that happens, like, with Halloween nails. I don't do them. I used to. But as of last year, I stopped doing them.
So what if somebody's like, hey, I'll give you $5,000 if you could just do them this once?
I honestly have to think about it.
What if they said $10,000?
No, it's just I'm gonna have that conscious. Like my mom's gonna look at me like,
I'm just
you
kidding.
did that?
I'm just kidding. I just want to see what you would say.
But the $5,000, I would think about it.
I mean, desperate time. I'm just kidding. Anyways, all right. So, and then you also you gotta go ahead, say your tag for your nails so people can follow you and see it.
Lismayri, Lismayrii, with 3 eyes.
Oh, 3 eyes.
Yeah,
because one eye wasn't available.
No, remember my regular like Instagram is Lismayri with 3 eyes. And I wasn't creative enough, so I put my regular Instagram .nails.
So
can you just put it on the screen? Like
yes, I will, but you still got to say it.
Lismayri nails.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just honestly, and you know what? The other day I was trying to change it and I couldn't. Like I'm just stuck to that.
You've had it for a while now, so you might as well just keep it.
I just can't.
Oh my gosh! So we talked about your nails, but we forgot the most important part about this.
What?
How did we meet? You didn't tell people how we met. To be honest with you, I don't remember. Be quiet.
Wait, can I lower this?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Cause I'm like talking to Berto through like this hole.
There you go.
Okay. To my understanding,
I need you to remind me because I don't remember.
To my understanding,
I feel like I've known you forever.
Okay, yeah. To my understanding, so he says last time I asked you, you said that we met at Sophia's birthday party. You remember?
Like my daughter, Sophia?
No, Sophia, your daughter's friend, Sophia.
No, we already knew each other by then.
Last time I asked him, he goes, "Oh yeah, that birthday." No, it was Celine's birthday. That's when I first had like my real conversation with you.
Oh, where they were all dressed up as princesses.
Yes.
Is that when we but that's not when we first met though.
I'm sure it was at church.
Oh, come on. You're making it so boring.
It's not an elaborate. The thing is that my first like real conversation was at Celine's birthday party. But our first it was just us. Like the kids were playing, the moms were talking, and I was just sitting, and you were sitting. I was like, shoot, let me just talk to this man, because what am I gonna do? It was at Sophia's birthday. That's when I was asking you like when you started doing videography. Like,
really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Gosh, that wasn't that long ago.
It really
That was
wasn't.
like last summer.
Literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. We haven't even known, like, we haven't even been, I want to say, when was it? I don't even know.
I don't know either. Remember, I'm old, according to you, because I'm over 30. So I have memory loss.
Well, anyways, it really does feel like I've known you since I was little, but no, it hasn't even been a year.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
So that's how we met. At a princess party.
Yeah. And you know what?
What was the conversation we had? I think it's starting to ring back.
I didn't talk about that on the internet. But Berto was making fun of me on the first day.
I didn't even know you.
She didn't even know me. He was like, you know what? This is a good victim.
Victim, wow. That's just how I introduced myself.
Yeah, literally. And then from there, a couple months after, that's when I joined media at church.
Really?
I feel like when I joined media, that's when I was like really up your booty. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hey, Berto, I want to join media. Hey, Berto, there's no girls in the media team. Like, let me join.
Yes, you broke the, I
Yeah.
guess you broke the ice. You and that.
Me and Bati.
You and that Nisa girl.
Me and Bati.
So, all right, we met each other. But I remember that you would message me about camera stuff.
Yes. And we hadn't talk back then.
You were like, hey,
Let's see. Do you think I can find that?
I have no idea. Because I remember and Ryan was like supposedly into photography.
Yeah.
And the very first camera I ever had, I let him borrow it. And I think you got jealous.
Yeah. I didn't get jealous.
Just be honest. It's okay.
I didn't get jealous. I just said, wow, Ryan had this big opportunity to get a free camera because he was friends with this dude. Let me be friends with him.
Oh. So you only want to be friends with me for benefits.
No, that was at first.
So you were using me. You were trying to use me.
And then I was like, hey, do you have another camera? He was like, no. And I was like, good for what? So, yeah.
So let's talk about what inspired you besides, me. What inspired you to start? Now you take pictures, right?
It's also only been a year.
It's only been a year,
Yeah.
but from that year you have improved a lot. You at church, you're the social media person. So those that follow Nueva Vida Wesley Chapel, all those posts on, Instagram or Facebook, that's all this young lady right here. She kills it. She's pretty consistent with it.
I try.
So what inspired you to get into photography?
Okay.
Besides me.
It wasn't, I didn't even know you when I started taking pictures. Wait. I feel like I have to burp.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So actually, I used to have a camcorder when I was little.
Like a handheld?
Yeah, and I would record myself, and then
That existed during your time?
Yeah.
Were you born? I had a handheld.
Yeah, it
The
was.
little mini tapes?
No, it had an SD card.
Oh, okay. That was more advanced. Mine were little mini tapes.
No. I had a camcorder, and this is when like YouTube first started being a thing. So I was like, "What's in my bag? What? Let me do my makeup with me." So I used to like take videos of like.
So that was a YouTube thing. That wasn't like a TikTok thing.
No, this is like my passion. My liking into photography or like videos and stuff was when I was younger, but I didn't pursue it till I was 18.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but ever since I was little, I would take videos of myself, put it on my iPad, and edit it on iMovie.
So you've been pretty conceited your whole life.
Oh.
You agreed.
I thought you were gonna say something regarding cameras. No.
So you've always been pretty conceited. I got you. It's okay.
My
it's okay.
God. So. I was always asking for a camera, and then so I started youth ministry. I promise this all lines. I started youth ministry, and I got into youth ministry because my pastor saw that I was doing content in my nail page, and she was like, "Oh, we can use her creativity and like what she uses on her nails in our youth account." So that's when I started. That's when I started running social media for Diverse.
Okay. Which
And
is the
so
youth
since
group.
and then I was using Matthew's camera, his Canon T.
A T3 something.
Yeah.
Good old classic. That was my very first camera was a Canon T3i. T3.
That's the one you
no,
had
sorry,
gave
T3.
Ryan.
T3. Yeah, the one I gave
Yeah.
Ryan. I got that in 2000. I think 10.
Wow.
That's how old that is. I still have it.
That's how old you are.
I'm pretty old.
So I was using Matthew's camera, and that's what like sparked that. Hey, like I like this, I enjoy this. So I started asking my mom for cameras. And so I went to camp. I went to youth camp, and the Glorious, the one I used to run diverse media with, she was helping out at camp, and she was like, "Hey, you want to go take pictures?" And I was like, "Me? Yeah, sure." And I took pictures, and she sent them to me, and I was like, "Wow, for the first time, I kind of did good." And so from there on, I started using Matthew's camera more, and I was like, "Okay, mommy, like I really like this, like I really like this." And that was closer to Christmas, and that's when I texted you. And I was like, "Hey, Berto, like I've been doing research. Like, do you know what the Sony A7 III or whatever?" And Berto was very dry. He was like, "Hey, yeah, I used to have this camera. I was robbed, but I liked it." I was like, "Okay, thank you." And then I got my camera for Christmas. Yeah.
And now you're just clickety click
And
click.
clickety click click clack.
So photography wise, everybody, nowadays, like everybody's a photographer.
Yeah.
But it's a fun hobby. Hobby. I almost said hobbit for some reason. It's a fun hobby.
Yeah.
If you're really passionate about it. So what people usually take pictures kind of have a kind of, I don't know, genre is the word, but like I guess genre or a category some people like to do portraits.
Like a
some
niche?
people, I guess, yeah. So some people like to do portraits. Some people like to do events. Some people like to do whatever. What is like your thing?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I haven't figured that out.
No?
I honestly.
Well, what do you find yourself doing more of?
In reality, it would be church photography. I started the church photography, and I enjoy the most. There's just something about it that I'm like able to worship and take pictures at the same time. And you know what? Maybe it's because I started with the youth. The youth love to see themselves in social media.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like I take pictures, and the next day it's like, "Hey, Liz, can you send me the picture?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm famous." But no, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love when like there's people worshiping and I capture that moment. Those are my favorites. Honestly, I have no shame. I love taking pictures of people crying. Those are the best. And you know what? It's not even taking, like when you edit them at home, it's like you're reliving that moment.
Do you cry?
You know what?
Do you cry seeing other people crying while you edit them crying?
I cried once over this picture of this like sister praying over her sister, and they were both crying. It was at camp, and I remember like I was taking the picture, but I was in awe of what was happening. That when I was editing at home, I was like, "Oh my God, like I remember this moment." So yeah.
Wow. Is it because church photography, I guess events can kind of fall into that too, is because things just happen organically. Like you're not posing them, you're not setting things up. It's just organic. It's just you're capturing an organic moment.
I think so. I had my first engagement shoot I want to say like 2 months ago. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Is that where you asked me for my secret location?
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah, I did. Perfect location, 10/10.
We will not tell people where it is because then everybody will use it.
I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved the couple. It was like they were very welcoming. Like we had a good. But I did find it difficult. I was like, oh, like after a while, them Pinterest posts ran out. I did not know what to put them.
I use Pinterest a lot.
Yeah, and
just for poses though. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like use it actively. Just when people ask me for.
No, I use it actively.
No, I go on Pinterest of like, all right, sweet 16 poses or pregnancy poses or whatever.
That's what I did. I was engagement. Yeah. That's the one. I have my first wedding in May, and I have a whole like pin just for that.
Weddings are.
I know.
Something else. You gotta get ready.
Okay, don't scare me.
I will start stretching.
Well, yeah. So my first engagement shoot was like I found it difficult. So I would say honestly, I've never even thought about it that way, but I do think it's how at church is very like organic. Except when like I point out Berto and he starts faking it.
Because I'm never in any pose. Never. So I have to make you take a picture of me, and the ones you take, it looks pretty organic.
They do. Sometimes they do. No, but yeah.
So as you're like continuing in this journey of photography, What are the kind of the things you find more difficult to do?
I'm gonna say editing.
Yeah, that's always difficult.
Because I find like even though maybe asking them like what poses to do is hard, I find like when I get that pose, I can get a good shot. Personally, I feel like I have a good eye, but when it comes to editing, I have found myself like struggling. And you know what? The other day I was scrolling through Diverse and Nueva Vida, and you can see my different stages of editing throughout the accounts because it's such a personal thing that what you did yesterday, you can wake up and be like, I hate how I edited that last night.
Yeah.
And I want to like a mix of like natural, but then still edited. It's very hard. The same thing. I don't ever think I'll do videography, but like I like doing videos like for myself. The other day I was like trying to edit something cinematically, which means like more blues and oranges. I was struggling.
Is that what that means? Cinematically is more blues and oranges?
That's what I believe, by the way. Don't quote me. So I was looking for that more blue and orange, like the dark.
The teal look.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Could not get it.
Yeah.
So I would say that was my most difficult when I first started. Like I did not even want to edit, and now I have more of like okay, I could do this and that, but it's still something I'm like still trying to find like what do I like, how do I want to edit.
Yeah, like I always say, when it comes to stuff like this, everybody knows like this career path is not easy, and it's not for everyone. Like there's people that pick up a camera and it's like a hobby, but once you lose a passion for it, then it's just what's the point of doing it? Because once you don't have any passion for it, once you don't have any love for it, then you're gonna lose your vision. You're gonna lose your drive to continue. So to wrap things up, I always like to ask like 3 questions.
Okay.
Maybe 2. Like I don't remember the third question, but anyways. So what is one thing? I'll go slow because I know we were doing some interviews earlier. And it was kind of hard for you. So we'll do one question at a time.
I just got nervous. I had a crowd, okay?
It was like 3 people.
That's
Anyways,
4.
So what is one thing you're grateful for?
Overall?
One thing you're grateful for.
This took a turn. One thing I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunities that God has given me. I think sometimes Are you
gonna cry?
Sometimes we minimize the opportunities that we have, big or small. And so I'm very grateful because I know, like, I'm aware that what God has given me, even if I've said yes or no, have been a blessing. So yeah, I'm thankful for that.
All right, and then question number 2 is, where do you see Lismayri in 10 years as a person and as a businesswoman? As I say businesswoman because you have your nails and you do the photography. So in 10 years, what does the future look like for Lismayri?
Wow, in 10 years, can I say I expect?
You can say whatever you want. This is your future. This is your future.
I expect this.
It doesn't have to be 10. It can be 10, 20 years. But what do you see the future of?
I would be 30. I would be 31. I would be old considering my thoughts right now.
I would probably be in my mid 40s.
Oh my God. Okay, I will have my bachelor's, master's. Lismayri nails, I don't think that would be a thing anymore.
No.
I think I've always said that once I finish my master's, like that was it. But I do know that I will have my number has always been I will have 3 businesses when like I'm older. Hopefully married with kids? ? And yeah.
So you said 3 businesses.
3 businesses.
What would they be?
I want to I want to own places, but rent them to people, specifically doctors.
Okay.
Like I want to do like doctors' offices. I've always wanted to open a coffee shop. Oh my God.
I've never heard of that dream before.
I always wanted, I have a whole, I've taken, I've signed up to take, what do you call that? A barista to make like the cute little, I never went, but I did sign up for it.
But you never went. No. Oh my gosh. I was going to ask you to make me one.
No. And I don't know what the third one is. I don't know what the third one is, but I do know it's coming.
All right, the third one is unknown for now.
Yeah.
All right, Liz. So, we're wrapping things up. Where can people find you? I know you have like 27 accounts, so.
I don't have 27. I think I have 6.
Jeez.
But counting the church ones, I'm not gonna plug my main account because that doesn't matter.
Okay.
So Lismayri Nails and Pictureless.
Lismayri Nails and Pictureless. So now you know if you're in the
Wesley Chapel,
Tampa, Lakeland. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Area, you know, hit up Lismayri
For some
Nails
uñas.
until she gets her master's. After her master's, she's done.
I'm sorry.
And for pictures, what was it again?
Pictureless.
There's no dot anywhere?
No, I took it off 2 days ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh.
that used to have a dot, but I took it off.
Excuse me, my bad.
Sorry. And it is picture with 2 eyes.
Oh. With the eyes.
So there's still 3 eyes in Pictureless. They're just separated.
Gotcha. Well, we'll put it on the screen because I'm confused right now. Oh my gosh. But anyways, Liz, it was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. And who you know, I asked my other guest earlier. When we have a bigger budget, we'll have a cool background because it keeps. We're gonna turn it off.
Not sponsored.
I know we don't have any sponsors right now. Anyways, so when I had Jamil on, I asked him who would be somebody I should interview next. Obviously, it would have to be somebody that we know. You can't just say, "Oh, you should interview Johnny Susan from down the street." Who is somebody that we both know that kind of have
small business wise,
that kind of have a small business and we should kind of like advertise them and have them on the show and talk about their business and their life and stuff like that.
Small business. Can I interview you next time?
We'll think about it.
That's a good idea.
Okay, I guess. Cute answer, but give me somebody that's not me.
I don't know. Small business around us.
Yeah, who has like a small business? It can be anything.
Am I having a brain fart? Let me go on Instagram.
She reaches for her phone and Instagram.
Guys, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry if I forgot you. I'm so sorry. But I have nobody. I would honestly...
Okay.
I don't have any small business.
Who, then somebody you think would be a good interview?
A good interview.
Yep.
Oh, Javi.
Oh, Javi.
Oh my God,
what do you know? He also has a small business.
I forgot he has a small business.
That is who I thought you were going to name.
I knew I forgot somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Javi would be great.
That's cool. Javi, huh?
Javi, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure he'll do it.
I know he'll do it. He's a good guy. All right. Well, Javi it is. So we'll see if we can get Javi, hardworking young man. He also has a good testimony, a good story. So,
yeah, he does.
So we'll see if we can bring him on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's been real. Peace.